Mykhailo Mudryk finally returns as Roberto de ZERBI sends emotional message to Chelsea star. Welcome back to Chelsea FC Daily, your trusted source for everything happening at Chelsea Football Club. If you want the latest Chelsea news, honest opinions, match updates, transfer stories, and everything happening behind the scenes, you are in the right place. Our goal is to keep every Chelsea supporter informed with simple, clear, and reliable updates. Make sure you stay with Chelsea FC Daily because we bring you the stories that matter most to Blues fans around the world. What if one of Chelsea's biggest talents was finally given another chance after almost 2 years away from competitive football? What if a player many fans had almost forgotten could now fight for his Chelsea future again? Could this be one of the biggest comeback stories of the season? Those are the questions many Chelsea supporters are asking after Mykhailo Mudryk officially became available to play again. It has been a very difficult period for the Ukrainian winger, but now a new chapter can finally begin. The latest comments from people who know him very well show that there are still many who believe in his talent and his future. One of those people is Roberto de ZERBI. The current Tottenham manager worked closely with Mudryk during their time together at Shakhtar Donetsk. While they are now on opposite sides of one of football's biggest rivalries, de ZERBI made it very clear that his support for the Chelsea winger has never changed. His words were full of emotion. "He is my son." That was how de ZERBI described Mudryk when speaking after the news that the Chelsea player was free to play football again. Those are not words managers use every day. They show just how strong their relationship became during their time together in Ukraine. De ZERBI has always believed in Mudryk's talent, but his latest comments were about much more than football. They were about the person behind the player. He also called Mudryk a lovely guy and a top player. Even though de ZERBI joked that he hoped Mudryk would not show his best qualities against Tottenham, it was easy to see how happy he was for his former player. For Chelsea supporters, these comments are very interesting. Managers spend every day with their players. They see their attitude in training, how they react during difficult moments, and how they behave away from the cameras. When a manager speaks this warmly about a former player years later, it tells you something important. It tells you that Mudryk earned respect not only because of his football ability, but also because of his character. That is something Chelsea fans should remember. The last 2 years have not been easy for the winger. Instead of developing his game and fighting for a regular place in Chelsea's starting 11, he found himself unable to play competitive football. While the rest of his teammates continued to improve, gain experience, and help the club, Mudryk was forced to wait. For any football player, that is one of the hardest situations possible. Football careers are short. Every season matters. Every match matters. Every training session matters. Missing almost 2 years can change everything. Fitness drops. Confidence becomes difficult to rebuild. The speed of competitive football is impossible to copy during individual training sessions. That is why many people understand that Mudryk's return will not happen overnight. He will need time. Chelsea manager XABI ALONSO understands that better than anyone. Speaking after Chelsea's preseason friendly against Tottenham, Alonso showed great understanding for what the Ukrainian has experienced. Instead of talking only about football, he first focused on the human side of the story. He admitted that nobody can truly understand what Mudryk has gone through during this difficult period. That was an important message. Sometimes supporters only look at performances on the pitch, but behind every footballer is a person dealing with pressure, disappointment, uncertainty, and emotional challenges. Alonso recognized that immediately. Rather than putting pressure on Mudryk, he explained that the club wants him to feel part of the Chelsea family again. Those words should encourage every Chelsea fan. The manager did not speak about quick results. He did not promise that Mudryk would immediately return to the starting lineup. Instead, he spoke about support. Support from the coaching staff, support from teammates, support from everyone at Chelsea. That is exactly what a player in this situation needs. Chelsea know that bringing Mudryk back is not simply about improving his fitness. It is about rebuilding confidence. It is about helping him trust himself again. It is about making him feel that he belongs inside the dressing room after spending so much time away from competitive football. Many supporters may ask another important question. What happens next? Will Mudryk immediately become part of Chelsea's first team? The honest answer is that nobody knows yet. Even XABI ALONSO admitted it is too early to make any decisions. He explained that Chelsea first need to see where Mudryk is physically. Can he handle the speed of Premier League football? Can he play 90 minutes? Can he deal with the intensity of training every day? Can he quickly understand Alonso's tactical ideas? These questions can only be answered over the coming weeks. That is why Chelsea will not rush anything. Patience will be very important. One thing that stood out from Alonso's comments was how realistic he was. Some managers might make big promises. Some might tell supporters that the player will immediately become an important part of the squad. Alonso chose honesty instead. He admitted that game fitness takes time. That is something every football fan understands. Training alone can improve fitness, but nothing replaces real matches. Nothing replaces the pressure of Premier League football. Nothing replaces making quick decisions while thousands of fans watch from the stands. Mudryk will have to experience all of that again. Fortunately for him, he will not be facing this challenge alone. Chelsea have built a young squad filled with players who understand hard work and development. Several teammates have already welcomed the news of his return. That creates a positive environment. When players support one another, confidence grows much faster. Another interesting part of this story comes from Roberto De Zerbi's relationship with several Chelsea players. He revealed that he still speaks regularly with some of his former players, including Levi Colwill and João Pedro. For De Zerbi, football relationships do not end after a player leaves a club. He believes those connections continue for life. That tells us a lot about his personality. It also helps explain why his words about Mudryk carried so much emotion. He remembers the difficult moment when he had to leave Shakhtar Donetsk because of the war. He spoke about how special that team was and how close everyone became during that period. Mudryk was part of that group. Those shared experiences created a bond that still exists today. Chelsea supporters may not always enjoy hearing praise from a Tottenham manager. After all, the rivalry between the clubs is fierce. But in this case, football rivalry was pushed aside. Instead, we saw one coach genuinely happy to see a former player get another opportunity. Sometimes football is bigger than rivalry. Sometimes it is about people. Mudryk now has that opportunity. The question is simple. Can he make the most of it? That is what every Chelsea supporter will be watching over the coming months. As exciting as this news is, Chelsea supporters also know that returning to the team will not be easy. The squad has changed a lot since Mudryk last played a competitive match. New players have arrived, young talents have improved, and competition for places is stronger than ever. That means Mudryk cannot expect his place in the team to be waiting for him. He will have to earn it. That is how football works at the highest level. Every player must prove himself every day in training. Every session is another chance to impress the manager. Every friendly match and every appearance gives a player another opportunity to show what he can do. This challenge could actually bring out the best in Mudryk. When Chelsea signed him, fans were excited because they saw a player with incredible speed, quick feet, and the ability to beat defenders one against one. His performances at Shakhtar Donetsk showed why so many top European clubs wanted to sign him. There were moments at Chelsea where supporters saw flashes of that talent. His pace scared defenders. His direct style created chances. His confidence to take players on made him exciting to watch. But consistency was missing. Then came the long period away from football. Now everything starts again. The biggest question is not whether Mudryk has talent. Very few people doubt that. The real question is whether he can now show that talent week after week in one of the hardest leagues in the world. That is the challenge in front of him. Chelsea supporters will also be watching how Xabi Alonso manages this situation. Since arriving at Stamford Bridge, Alonso has spoken many times about building a team that works together. He wants every player to understand their role and fight for each other. His comments about Mudryk fit perfectly with that idea. He did not rush into making promises. Instead, he focused on helping the player settle back into the squad. That shows good leadership. A manager must think about the whole team, not only one player. If Mudryk is pushed back too quickly, it could hurt both the player and the team. If he is given enough time to rebuild his confidence and match fitness, Chelsea could eventually benefit from having another dangerous attacking option. That patience may be one of the biggest reasons Chelsea can help Mudryk succeed. Supporters also have an important role to play. Football fans can lift players with their support. A loud Stamford Bridge can give players confidence. Positive encouragement after a mistake can sometimes mean more than people realize. Mudryk will probably make mistakes as he works his way back. Every player does. The important thing is how he responds. Will he keep believing in himself? Will he continue working hard? Will Chelsea fans stand behind him as he rebuilds his career? These are questions that only time can answer. One thing is already clear. Mudryk has never lost the support of people who know him personally. Roberto De Zerbi's emotional words proved that. He could have simply wished him good luck and moved on. Instead, he spoke with real affection. He reminded everyone that relationships in football can last for many years. He also revealed that he stayed in contact with Mudryk throughout this difficult period. That says a lot. When someone continues to support you during your hardest moments, it shows genuine care. Those words may also give Mudryk extra confidence. Knowing that respected coaches still believe in him can make a huge difference as he begins this new chapter. Chelsea now face an interesting decision. Should they slowly introduce Mudryk through cup matches and substitute appearances? Should he spend time building fitness before playing competitive games? Or could he surprise everyone and quickly show that he is ready? Only the coaching staff will know the answer after watching him closely at Cobham. Training will reveal everything. His fitness levels, his sharpness, his confidence, his understanding of Alonso's system. Chelsea do not need to rush because the season is long. There will be many matches. There will be many chances for players to prove themselves. If Mudryk keeps working hard, opportunities will come. Another important point is the mental strength this situation requires. Many football careers have been damaged after long periods away from the game. Some players never recover, others come back stronger than ever. Mudryk now has the chance to decide which story he wants to write. He has already shown courage by continuing to work while waiting for this opportunity. Now he has another chance to show his quality on the pitch. Chelsea supporters know that football is full of comeback stories. Some of the greatest players in history face difficult moments before returning stronger. No one can guarantee that Mudryk's story will end in success, but everyone can agree that he deserves the chance to prove himself. The coming weeks will be fascinating. Every training session will matter. Every appearance will be watched closely. Every touch of the ball will be analyzed by supporters and the media. That pressure is part of playing for Chelsea Football Club. Only players with strong character can handle it. Perhaps that is why ZERBI spoke so highly about Mudryk's personality. Talent alone is never enough at a club like Chelsea. Character matters too. As Blues fans, this is the moment to stay patient and see how the story develops. Instead of judging too quickly, let us watch how Mudryk grows, how Alonso manages his return, and how the team supports him. Football often gives players a second chance. Now it is up to Mudryk to make the most of his. What do you think, Chelsea fans? Can Mykhailo Mudryk fight his way back into Chelsea's starting 11? Can XABI Alonso help him become the player many supporters hoped to see when he first arrived at Stamford Bridge? Or do you think too much time has passed for him to become an important player again? Share your thoughts in the comments because we would love to hear your opinion. Thank you for reading Chelsea FC Daily, your trusted source for the latest Chelsea news, match analysis, transfer updates, and everything happening around Stamford Bridge. If you enjoyed this article, make sure you keep following Chelsea FC Daily for more reliable Chelsea content every single day. Stay safe, keep believing in the Blues, and as always, come on Chelsea.